What do you think French kids, my generation, so most likely millennials, watch on television while growing up in France? Let me tell you. Bonjour tout le monde, I'm Cassy, your French tutor, so you can learn French the French way. And today we're going down memory lane because I want to show you what kind of French cartoons I watch on television. So I have my tablet and we'll see a few together. And I'm pretty sure that in your country you've seen maybe one or two. One for sure, so of course I'm going to put it at the end of the list. Let's see if you know it. And if you knew it was French. Okay, maybe not only French, because I'm gonna show you a few co-productions, but still, cocorico. Let me take you back about 20 years ago. We're at the beginning of the millennia, the beginning of the years 2000. French television only has 6 channels. Not even, because one was on subscription, so imagine, only 5 channels. And still, on these channels, we could see plenty of cartoons, either from Japan, the US, of France. So before we start watching these cartoons together, let's see which channels and shows aired them. Let's start with TF1. So it was on the channel 1, and every morning I was watching their youth show. So it had several names throughout the years. You had Salut les Toons, Toons maybe as a reference to the Looney Tunes. I guess I had no idea what they were at that time. Then they became TF Jeunesse and TF. So the name of the channel was TF1, Télévision Française 1. So that's why TF Jeunesse, TF, etc. To me, they were the cool kids of the bunch. At least when I was really young, I loved what they had. But, you know, sometimes you just switch to another channel to have something else, a bit of diversity. And let's be honest, the public television was really good at that time. One of the most iconic shows when I was a kid was Les Minikeums. They started to air in the 90s, end of 90s. They stopped beginning of 2000, but they were iconic. They were actually puppets introducing the cartoons and also interacting with each other. They were like humoristic beats and stuff like that. So that was really cool. And they were the same puppets as a very, extremely popular show for adults about the news and politics that were Les Guignols. You see, they look alike. So these puppets, they were actually French celebrities. Really, like they were impersonating the celebrities. So that made them very fun.
Je suis Nag, moi c'est Coco, moi c'est MC, moi Jojo.
Je m'appelle Vanessa, y'a rien qui prenne. Moi c'est Diva, comment ça va?
But as I said, they stopped airing at the very beginning of the millennia, and then it became KD2A. Gonna be fair, I don't remember what that means. I really like them, but when I grew up, I started to watch them more because they were more like live series, mostly from the US, so with Sabrina l'apprentie sorcière ou Le loup-garou du campus. After the Minikeums ended, there were also France Truc, mostly the same shows, but without the puppets and the touch of humor. And on the 6th channel, M6. At the very beginning, it was a musical channel. M stands for musique. But then, you know, they diversified and they just become a TV channel like any other. And their show for kids was M6 Kids. English sounded cool. So who says that French people don't understand English? So now we're gonna dive into 5 shows that I've selected for you, but I have such a list that, to be honest, if you like that video, I could make another one. So most of these shows are now accessible on YouTube. You can watch them, maybe not the entire series, but most of the episodes. So yeah, feel free to research with the French name, of course, because you want the French version, and that can be one of your lazy habits to learn a new language. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna put my free PDF for you in the description. Okay, so we're gonna start with Les Kangoo. They were actually not that popular. Now, they had their success, but nowadays, if you ask French millennials like me if they remember them, or what were their favorite cartoons on TV, they probably won't say that one. But let's start slowly, Les Kangoo. And to be honest, when I researched for that video, I did not remember how cringe it was. So there were 5 kangaroos, but you know, talking like human beings. They were playing basketball. Let's see. They give me a bit of a Ninja Turtles vibe. But let's start with the opening, because that's always what we remember best.
Je suis Napo. Je suis Archie. Je suis Nelson. Je suis Kevin.
Et moi, c'est Junior.
Let's be honest, I did not remember any of these names. Like, now it rings a bell, I did not remember anything. And I don't remember the lyrics either, so I remember I watched it a lot, but it's not memorable. That's why it's the first one, because again, we start slowly. Let's see an episode now.
Mesdames, nous avons un moteur en flamme. Nous ne pourrons plus tenir longtemps, mais...
How cringe was that? I did not remember her. She was like a teenager, supposed to be a teenager. And if I remember well, even more cringe. She's like she's the love interest of one of the kangaroos. Ugh! But I think, yeah, that's why it gave me Ninja Turtles vibe. Like, she's like their April.
Hé, les amis, j'entends un avion qui approche. Vous n'entendez rien, vous? Oui, il a raison. Tous au poste d'observation.
Oh yeah, they were bad guys. Oh yeah, they were like silly bad guys, but the main one, like, he's evil. But you know, evil for evil. For the sake of evil.
C'est extraordinaire. Les pirates.
Okay, we come to the basketball. Okay, I think that's enough. So, as you can see, they were basically playing basketball, being cool, and defending their islands. That was pretty much it. And being kangaroo speaking. Yeah, no, that was cringe. Like, I wouldn't recommend that nowadays. I mean, it's like language practice, but maybe not the best. Though, just know that Slam Dunk was supposed to be, well, aired on TV, but TF1, so the channel, they were kind of scared that it will be a unfair competition for that show, because it talks about basketball, so they didn't do it. So I have no idea what Slam Dunk is. Like, I know the name, but that came after, you know, with the internet. And funny enough, the channel did not expect the success, but as I said before, it's not memorable. Nobody really remembers it. Like, it has a success while it was on TV, but then who cares? I'm not a big promoter right now, but I have to be fair, I was watching bad television. But the second one is actually extremely good, I swear. So now we're talking about Les Zinzins de l'Espace. I seriously didn't know that it was a French production, because the opening is in English and it is by Igop. And the creators, when they actually asked Igop if he wanted to record the opening, they were so surprised that he accepted, and he loved the project. And I'm just so happy to know that. So first we're gonna listen to the opening because it is iconic. That's the kind of thing that is actually memorable, that French people do remember still nowadays. Even though we did not understand the lyrics and I could not even sing them, even if I remember them now, it's just not in my memory. You'll see what I mean.
Five little monsters go riding through space. The spaceship broke in space. They gotta get out.
La 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 la.
There's a little kid saying.
La 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 la. We love monsters.
And everybody saying.
So yeah, the only thing French kids could sing was la 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 la, and that was enough. Like, that was catchy enough. So the story is about aliens, like colorful, very weird looking aliens. They crashed into Earth. They start living in an abandoned house, and the entire show is about them trying to make runaway human beings, trying to come to the house and maybe buy it or rent it, or I don't remember. But that was pretty fun. Like, that was completely idiotic and yet really fun. You'll see what I mean.
Oh, et vous vous rappelez que pour la défier, Ethno s'est affublé d'un chapeau au ridicule achevé?
Oui, je dois admettre que c'était un grand moment.
Mesdames, messieurs, Madame zetnolivotreavenir.com est maintenant à votre service. La première séance est gratuite.
When it's free, everybody goes.
C'est bien ce que je pensais.
One is like obsessed with cleaning, the other is like super crazy. These two, one is stupid and the other loves to eat. So, I don't know. That was cool for kids. Still fun now. And this one was aired on first Les Minikeums and then France Truc, so what followed, and it was public television. Okay, so we continue with Les Minikeums with a cartoon that I really liked. So it is called La Famille Pirate, Pirates Family. The fact that they were pirates were not the main issue. So it's really a family that is kind of struggling money-wise. They're not from high society, and they kind of envy their neighbors who is, but they also have very strong bonds together. So it is really cute. Let's see. So that's also one of the openings that everybody will recognize nowadays. I swear. I don't know if you've seen production names, they're definitely French.
Mamie.
The mother-in-law.
Alors, mon gendre, on a fini par faire son trou dans la piraterie.
Ha! Faire son trou means to succeed in a field. But here, he's in a hole. Un trou. She's funny. Yeah, so that's his mother-in-law, if I remember well. They did not have a good relationship. So he's really cute with his family, but a bit dumb, and he means well, I guess, but not always making the best decisions. Though I like it because there are consequences to his actions. I think that's what makes it a good cartoon for kids.
Coucou.
Oh, yeah. So they had a pet crocodile. So as you can see, it is like piratey, but definitely not like pirates lived.
Pas plus et...
Tu n'oserais pas tirer sur ton gendre.
Je vais me gêner.
Je vais me gêner would be the equivalent of watch me.
Yeah, so still entertaining. They're still cute. Though I may not have shown you the best aspect of the father. But yeah, that was cute. That was cute as hell. So now we switch to a very cute one, but quite sad. I think it traumatized an entire generation of French kids.
Okay, so I won't spoil why it has traumatized an entire generation, but it hit hard. So that was only the end of season 1, and then it got better season 2, season 3. I think it is based on a novel, and the entire first season is based on that, and then they kind of kept going. So the name of that cartoon is Marcelino Pan y Vino. So I actually did not assume that it was French. So it is not French. It is a co-production between France, Spain, and Japan. But, well, with that name, I guess it is mostly from a Spanish story. Still super cute, and it still counts. Like, if French were involved, it counts in my list. It was on TF1, so the very first channel, you know, the same as Les Kangoo, but it aired a little bit later. The opening is iconic, I swear. That's another one that if you make a French millennial listen to it, they will recognize and maybe cheer up if they've seen the last episode of season 1. Oh, and this one, unlike, you know, Les Zinzins de l'Espace, we do remember the lyrics, or at least most of them. They're in French. On that version. Let's watch it together.
Son nom est Marcelino, Panivino. Il parle avec les animaux. Son souhait est de retrouver sa maman. C'est un conte magnifique et plein d'espoir.
Plein d'espoir, full of hope. Not for long. I couldn't find Marcelino in good quality on YouTube, so I'm sorry about that. It will be quite bad, so I won't show you a lot of it, but go ahead, type Marcelino Panivino version française on YouTube or elsewhere, and you should find it. So the story is about a young kid abandoned by his mom, so we don't really know why. The entire thing is that he wants to find his mom, doesn't know where she is. He's raised by monks, and yeah, he talks to animals. So it's all about that.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? Hors de ma chambre, sortez!
N'aie pas peur. Je suis Kim, grand artiste de cirque.
Écoute, Kim, je me fiche totalement de savoir qui tu es, mais tu n'as pas le droit de faire peur aux gens.
Mais tu me comprends?
And to wake them up! How cruel!
Blasphème! Vous allez voir.
Oh, these are the monks.
C'est vrai, la faim fait sortir le loup du bois.
And though it is in a religious setting, I don't remember that cartoon as religious in any way. They talk about Christianity, but that's it. Like, it's just the setting. I really don't remember any proselytism or things like that.
Alors tu dois prendre un bain. Les petits enfants doivent se laver tous les jours.
On rentre à la maison.
So the idea of that episode is that Marcelino switched place because he switched shirts with the monkey. Yeah, so the monkey lived as a little boy and Marcelino as a monkey in a circus, and that was it. Again, that's really cute, made for kids, but the end is so sad. In the suggestion, that's one of the first things you can see. So sad, trop triste. So let's move to the last one, les Totally Spise. And this one, I know for sure that it went overseas, even in Latin America. It was on the first channel too. I know I'm only showing you, well, not only, but I'm mostly showing you from the first channel. As I said, for me, they were the cool ones. But maybe in another video, I will show you from other shows, from other channels. Though remember that in this video, I'm only showing French cartoons. Other shows, like for example, as I said, KD2A, they were mostly American shows. So we'll talk about it later. Les Totally Spise. First, the opening. Again, iconic. We cannot remember for the life of us the lyrics because it was in English. You know, cool. The music, like, just try your French friends. Just try them. Test them. So let's be fair, it is not only French, it is a co-production with Canadian studios. So yeah, rendons à César ce qui appartient à César. Not only French at all. So it is kind of funny because for me it was the vision I had of American high schools back in the day. So I think that's pretty much what it is, like a French vision of what American high school looked like, how they were, but of course with the like action twist. Kind of Hollywood twist even. So nothing is French in it except the voices. Oh, and we start in Tokyo, apparently.
Qui c'est ce Ricky Matisse au fait?
Of course, that's Ricky Martin. Beverly Hills, like, you know, American dream. It's not a thing anymore, but used to be. Quite big, the American dream.
Dis, Samy, je pourrais t'emprunter ton pull en cachemire demain? Bien sûr, après tout, t'es ma meilleure amie. Et ben moi alors? Non mais enfin, tu délires, Alex. Si on se mettait à deux dans le pull de Sammy, tu imagines dans quel état il serait ensuite?
So one is like the bimbo, the other is super clever, and the other has a bad temper. I love the clever one, kind of identified. You know, I was that kind of kid in school. And they were all super pretty. They were going on missions to save the world. They had super cool gadgets. It is extremely girly, and yet that was cool. Like, which is actually kind of nice when you think about it, because girly stuff were made cool at that time, and when you think about it, it's refreshing.
Allô?
Salut Damon, ça va? C'est Clover.
Oh,
Je voulais juste savoir si tout allait bien à Beverly Hills.
En ville, je sais pas trop. Moi, je traîne au centre commercial. Et quoi de neuf pour toi, Clover?
Are you telling me that this is the voice of a teenage boy? Sure.
Compte.
Oh, and that was Mindy, and she was the mean girl of the show. Of course, like, talking about the Europeans' vision of of an American high school, you need to have the mean girl. That's what Hollywood told us.
Salut les ignorantes, on vient de nous distribuer notre livre souvenir de fin d'année.
She has the voice of a mean girl.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe, Mandy?
Sorry, not Mindy, but Mandy.
Génial, c'est Sam qui a été élue la fille la plus populaire. Ah!
And see, they were not jealous of each other. That's sorority.
Pour une fois, je suis plutôt contente que Jerry nous appelle.
And that's always how they were called to go on a mission.
Les filles, j'ai une épouvantable nouvelle à vous annoncer.
Le coin a l'air tranquille. On va se cacher dans le saloon.
And there you have it. So a glimpse into my childhood just before going to school. I hope you enjoyed that. I also hope that it made you curious, and maybe you will check these shows on YouTube or, again, other platforms if you want. And also, I want to say that they're not only entertaining or a good way to practice French, it is also a window on French culture, and I think it's always super interesting when you learn a language. And now, if you want to watch series that are a bit more for adults but still practicing your French, I advise you this video next. À la semaine prochaine. Salut!